Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. Put you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
And welcome in everyone to the round one playoffs of the Prospect. Tonight we have a great matchup for everyone. It is going to be the number 2 seed PM Perseus versus the number 7 seed MF Mafiosos. And with me on the desk today, it's going to be Tricky. Tricky, how are you doing tonight?
Pretty good. I'm very excited for this match. I've seen a lot of really great upsets happen, especially with over the course of the last couple of days with all these playoff games happening. I'm very excited to see how the number 7 seeds will play into the number 2 seeds. I know a lot of these players. These players have a lot of talent, a lot of great stuff carried on their backs. A lot of the team is able to delegate themselves to various different roles. I'm very excited to see how they play with this really good teamwork.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, definitely. I'm expecting some great Valorant, especially since I do think MF did sneak into the playoffs, but I love a good upset story tonight. So I think with that being said, I think we got some stuff that we got to talk about here. And looking at this right now for Project Nova, what sticks out to you other than Eric, who seems to be a great shooter?
Yeah, something that I definitely...
Ooh. What's going on? Well, it's like a little technical difficulty, but that's okay. We do see, like I said, Eric, straight shooter, and someone who I think will stand out is I think there is Axie. Is a great player. Comes up, and that's who I got going into the Project Nova. It's Eric and Axie, but all of them, they're all great people. Yeah. Yep. And sorry about that, everyone. We're just having a little bit of tech difficulties right now, but it's okay. And as we're looking at the Mafia, you see a little bit of a lower number, but you got Cryo, you got Gilly, there are two, you have Ace, who obviously, like, Gilly was on a couple of games in, who seems to be a little bit newer to the roster, but compared to the other, still putting up great numbers. I'm still expecting a great matchup, and I'm ready to see what maps we're gonna play tonight. And let's take a look at this. We're gonna ban Abyss, we're ban Sunset, we're gonna play Corrode, and Corrode on this is gonna be interesting because now you don't have any Odin to spam through the wall. We're gonna go to the 3-sided Haven, which I am one of my favorite maps here. And then if a map 3 is going to be the decider, we're gonna go to the new and improved Pearl, which huge fan of. I do love Pearl.
Yeah, I mean, Pearl is one of those maps. I've seen a lot of great things, especially from PN on the side of Pearl. Of course, that's the map that they ended up choosing, right? But I'm also curious about some of these picks from on the side of MF. Corrode, I don't know about you, but I believe PN's doing pretty good on Corrode, if I'm not mistaken. We could see some interesting things happen for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And like I said, it's gonna be a team that was close to that number 1 seed, but at the end of the day, what we're looking at is who's gonna play KC. Is it gonna be the number 7 seed? Is it gonna be the number 2 seed? Like, there's just, as I was saying, I love a good Cinderella story. I'm a college basketball lover. I love the, number 16 seed, beat the number 1 seed, and anything like that for anyone else that loves college basketball. So with that being said, well, we're gonna give it a little bit right now as we continue to look at these maps, and maybe here in a second, we're gonna talk about Corrode. Like I said, Corrode is one of those maps that, with the changes, you really can't shoot through the walls anymore, which I think is going to be great. So I'm wondering how these teams are going to switch that up, even though it has been in the map pool all season.
Yeah, I mean, some interesting changes could be happening to Corrode. I think those are in the live, right? So I mean, like you said, you can't shoot through these walls anymore. So a lot of changes. Especially on the side of, like, I believe PN used to have a player named Uni who was, big on the Odin stuff. So now we switched it up. Do you know if they have someone who's going to be able to play that kind of and fill that role they might need?
Yeah, I know that when it comes to, like, yes, Uni was a part of this roster And yes, they made the switch for Axie, and then they also made the switch for Disco Cookie about halfway through the season. It was, you know, they come in to fill the controller role. Axie is an amazing shooter. As someone who I've played with in VDC, outside VDC, and so, you know, there's just a lot of things that I'm not very familiar with this new PN roster. And again, as we were looking at the stats earlier, the stats for the PN versus the Mafia, it's just a little bit more one-sided, but everyone knows everything's played in the server. It's not played on paper. So at any time, we can have Ace, we can have Gilly, we can Cryo, Sparrow, and say, just pop off and be like, hey, we're here. There's a reason why we made playoffs. There's a reason why we're playing against this team right now.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's just one of those situations, right?
Yeah, for sure. And excuse me, I had to clear my throat for a second. But yeah, we'll see. Do you have anything that you think that's going to happen, like at least agent wise? Do you is there like a particular agent that you think is a must play on this map?
Yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for the whole situation, right? I'm excited to see a potential, Cinderella story. I'm excited to see all sorts of ways the characters interact, all sorts of ways the different strategies come into play. So yeah, I think, I'm ready to go if you are, right? We're good to go, We'll see if the players are going to be ready for us, and then we'll see where it takes us into the game here.
Yeah, we'll see as we about to go into our agent select here in a second. I think when it comes to your initiators, I think Sova, I think Fade are probably your go-to on this map. You see a lot of the teams going towards those because reconnaissance in these tight little areas are very useful. I love the Astra here because that's just me, but everyone, Omen is one of those he's just one of those agents that works on every map. And so, but also when you're looking at the team compositions, you see a lot of Yoru. And are we going to see the Waylay, or what are, there's just, it's a little bit different on this.
I've heard from a lot of players, especially the PN AGM Rizzo, big proponent of the Waylay, especially on Corrode. Super duper big fan of, we're going to pick the Waylay, we're going to get aggressive. Even if we're on defense, we're going to play as Waylay, we're going to take some space with the dash, set up that recall, right? Maybe set around his position where the initiator can try and take space into like a main, for example, right? Dash out, double dash out with the util, get a kill if someone's there. If not, they take the space. And so I'm very interested to see how that plays. But I'd be also interested to see how MF tries to attempt to counter that. If they can find some way to stop that, maybe playing a little bit more passive, trying to get a harder read on some of the situations that are going on. But we're going into Corrode with the picks here, so let's see if our reads are right.
Like I said, look, we're already seeing something we're talking about the Yoru, we're talking about the Fade, and we're seeing the Jet, and we're seeing a Gecko. Okay. Interesting, of course, the Omen. But on the other side for the Mafia, we're seeing the Vice, we're seeing the Omen, a Tejo, interesting. But again, another good duelist in Neon on this map who can slide in and out and go all around places. So,
yeah, I'm definitely interested to see some of these picks. No Astra just yet, but the Omen, kind of like you said. I'm interested to see how the Teo Sky combo plays, if that's what they choose to go with, because I've been seeing a lot of really good Teo plays from, some of the different groups of VDC this week in playoffs. I've been seeing a few apprentice teams run Teo. I've been seeing him here and there. I've seen a few teams specifically running Teo with like an Astra, with maybe a KO, characters that can really try and stall the post plant. But it looks like Teo kind of, maybe along with Vise, would be really the only character that can blow up the bomb in that way. So there really won't be much of a need to use him in post plant. Maybe they'll try and use him aggressively. So I'm very, very interested to see how that comes into play.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be the battle of who's going to be more aggressive looking at these two team compositions as we go ahead and we're about to go into the start of the match. And I think it's going to come down to who can be more aggressive on the attack, because there's just so many post plant and scan and information. Well, not more scan, but like things to find different agents. So it's going to be an interesting matchup, at least there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something that I want to see off the start of the round instantaneously, right? Every time you got to look for it. What is the default place for PN, you know, on defender side this first half? What is the default play for them to go for? What are they going to do? Looks like Vise is setting up towards A. We see the Yoru with the TP probably going to go across the map here for a fast rotate. We're seeing kind of a fade jet pincer towards mid here. But on the side of MF, we're seeing some more interesting stuff. Looks like more of a default play. So I want to see how this kind of handles out in the first round.
Yeah, really excited here in round number 1.
Teo throws the drone up mid, trying to take a little bit of space here. Might have spotted the Jet here. Jet gets the ping off, but not able to find the Jet. They shoot the ping right back from a Snoopy walking up. We see a little bit of lurk up mid. The Sky flashes into this corner of A, but they're blocked off by the smoke. Throw a little bit of thorns down, trying to keep them back. But Omen kind of in a good spot here, able to find 1 kill onto him. Able to TP out. Eric gets another before he dashes out. Disco Cookie gets one, not before getting traded by Say. The Sky Flash comes out, doesn't able to blind anybody. Eric gets another kill.
Down A.
The Fade Out comes out. They're able to spot Sparrow, and that's the round.
Yeah, it was very interesting to see. It started off a little bit slower. I thought the clock was going to go, you know, probably I thought MF was going to push the clock at the beginning because I saw the slow start. But once they kind of flooded into the A through mid, it was the Eric and Axie show, as we were seeing. Like, Axie got the first one, Eric gets another one, whips the second one, dashes out, but was able to recover at the end of the round and gives them almost, it was like a team ace.
Yeah, right. I mean, we could see, you know, this is a classic situation. You know, the team that won the round is going to buy up, but we're going to see if MF can make something happen. Stay pushing up mid with the Vise Flash, trying to see if he can find anything. Throws the stun out. Able to stun on the Omen, but King holding it down. King able to get one. Gets 2, not before getting traded out by Say. A little 2 for 2 there. Get a little bit of, the gun gets picked up. Gonna see what happens. Yoru taking a little bit of a situation, trying to wait for Eric and to come back, but Disco Cookie not afraid, gets the pick on the Sparrow while playing the bomb, knows that this is a vital way to stall for time. Neon trying to get the plant, but gets shot off by something. A little bit scared here, sticking the plant this time. Sky looking to peek the 1v1. Wall Duto gets caught as usual. The blind goes down, 17 HP on the Disco Cookie, able to find the kill, not before turning, getting traded out by a Snoopy. Snoopy jumps out of heaven. Eric in a 1v1 situation with an Outlaw with a Deagle, able to find the headshot on the Say for round 2 win.
Yeah, and definitely something I wanted to point out. Too many guns on the ground for PN going into this next round. And what a great play just to push it up with the Neon to go up into mid and just kind of like push the tempo and force Axie and force King to take those fights even though they didn't want to and try to be pushed off. And yeah, great. I think it was a great anti-eco round from MF. Got the guns out. They only walk away with 1, and now you got the plant down, so you got the extra money, and now you have the guns, the advantage, and now you kind of force them to play into you.
Situation comes up here.
Interesting. Eric does push off. Oh, Snoopy does get 1. Eric's still trying to find out where everyone is. Ace pushing into B and going really, really deep right now. And it looks like Say gets Eric. It looks like a 4v4 retake. And spot the riot gun, buddy.
A little bit scary for Sparrow here, having to hold these 2 back to back, right? See if he can take it with his, newly found gun. Like you said earlier, PN not with the most guns on their force that you want to see, but he's able to find a pick on a Snoopy without costing his own life. The TP on the site, right in this guy's loving arms. Not before getting a few shots off of the zone. That will able to find it. Oh, but Say's able to find the timing of the disco cookie and can Say clean it up. No, it's gonna go to Ace.
Yeah, and once again, gun advantage. You take it into the round, and like, as we were talking about earlier, you know, PN just didn't have the buy to go into that with dropping so many guns in that second round, and it really showed there, especially with Sai currently with 5 kills in 3 rounds. Kind of a slow start in the first round, but you know, kind of picking it up, and I think MF here can really change the course of this first half.
I'm out of here.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, this has already been playing out a very interesting matchup. We saw the anti-eco round. We saw a really strong opening from them, but then, you know, PN brought it right back. Good timing from the open there, trying to get something. Neon able to get the vise wall out, but it looks like it's all a little fake here. But the rest of MF sitting over comfortably by the A side. The dog comes out. Eric loads a few rounds into the smoke here, unable to find anything. Playing a little bit passive here. Omen able to find the pick onto Ace. Let's see if they can get any more. TV's out just for fun there. Can anything happen more? Anything more?
Oh. Yeah, and something to note is we didn't see is Ace Sai went down. Oh, whoa!
Holy moly!
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was huge. Gilly does get king there.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, Gilly going for the plant here. As Axie and Eric still on the other side of the map, doesn't really help in this 2v2, but looks like they are playing together to take mid. And Sparrow kind of holding the flank, trying to find if they can get one. Here we go. Gilly. Does Gilly get spotted here?
One enemy
Yep,
remaining.
Gilly does get spotted. Omen does smoke off the main. Thinking about it. Oh. Gotta hurry up.
Missile.
Tail missile out. They were waiting for the other tail missile.
Missile deployed.
Does he get it to half? Then get it half, then gets
One
off.
enemy remaining.
Oh. Oh my god, Eric. Eric, do you get it? Interesting.
Let's pull them over.
So yeah, that was... Yeah, so something to note there, like that was a great retake by Axie and Eric going into that 2v2, and you know, knowing that Gilly was only 30 HP, and then Sparrow, I thought they had it with the missiles, but they didn't really get it, and now we're seeing a really attack-sided map kind of being played, very defensive-sided, and I'm interested.
Marked one.
Yep, and Disco Cookie does does some ship damage, but Gilly does get a Snoopy on the other side of the map. And A
I've got your trail.
comes out the Seekers. Seekers trying to find out where everyone is. Seekers find King. But Ace kind of hears all the Vice Util. Out looking for the smoke. Looks like the push is going to A. A site rolls into sight easily, and everyone just kind of backs up.
Spike planted.
Yeah, scary situation. Eric able to find the pick on a Sparrow. Fool. Ace strikes back. Neon running at Eric. You're trying to find him. Kind of backs out. A little bit scared of the situation. Able to push on the site through May with the help of Owen
One
Blind.
enemy remaining.
Oh, but actually puts it down, and Eric gets the next one. What a great play by these guys.
Yeah, this defense is just really hard to crack. PN are giving up space, but just as fast as they give up the space, they're taking it back. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's just very team coordinated, very great. And we all know that PN has a bunch of people that can head tap at any moment in this prospect roster, and it's showing. Where it's only 4-1 right now, and yes, the Mafia does have some great ideas with trying to get the vice wall, trying to bait all this util, trying to bait all the util so they can pick a side. And it's kind of working. It's just that post plan is just not in their favor right now.
Yeah, for sure. Here we see what looks like Eric and Snoopy walking up A main, but MF puts the drone out, tries to take it. King not gonna get super duper spotted here, but the drone comes around the back here. The Neon comes out, able to get put down by Axie. The Visol goes up onto the site, but they're blocked off by the wall. The tail goes up, Visol counters back by King. We're gonna see a pistol situation. No, Sparrow gets 2 with the gun before the Visol goes off. Mizuki fires right back. Tail trying to blow him off the corner here. Now it's a 3v3 situation. Tail does have access to the ult. The blind comes out. Mizuki wasn't really quite able to turn that, but nothing right happens too much of it. That's the dog. Fade with the ult up coming out of here. Oh, but Sparrow is able to, with his third kill of the night, with the stinger out of the night, of the round. Snoopy fires back, finally putting down Sparrow's reign of terror with the stinger. And Eric is able to finally kill Ace, sitting up at heaven for the post plant. And that's a crazy round. Just a few ults used, right?
Yeah, yes, the vice ult into vice ult to kind of negate it. But something that I want to point out is, yes, it did go off, but it was just that split second where Sparrow was able to go in with that singer and take out 2 off the rip. And I think that was very crucial to get him on the site. But it's like we're talking about. PN gives up the space. PN does all this other stuff to give MF like the chance to win the round, but they're just very coordinated into retaking everything, and it's just we're not seeing that from MF, like post plan.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, MF in their own right, it seems like they have a lot of really good ideas, right? The way their pushes are set up, you know, I've seen coordination with like an Omen Blind and an A-Link, for example, and a Sky Flash, and both of the initiators are going in, and then we're seeing this kind of coordination between that. Oh, but the Visol goes out and locks out their duelist. Their only duelist is locked up behind the Visol, and King is able to get 2 with it. And Snoopy fires back onto the other Visol enemy team. Oh, but King is the third. King with the third on to say it's the third one. Has actually trying to get a play here. Will he clear out this Omen of the corner? King holding a tight angle, a bit of a distraction. Stuff comes out, swings it out. King get 2 with a little bit of a straight pressure. Get 3rd. Oh, he could not get 4. As Snoopy cleans up the round, putting an end to the reign of Sparrow for that round. Almost brought it back.
Yeah, it's one of those things. This defense of PN right now is just letting the plays fall into them right now, and the Mafia they have the good ideas, they have the tools to win the round, and they're just inches from winning. And this could like just one more round. This right now this could be a tied game for all we know.
Yes,
but
yes,
it's 6-1.
Eric, oh, they spotted him, able to insert himself in this corner. Oh, gets out, finds 2. They didn't check the corner. Neon did not turn the mouse to the right and did not check that corner. A very tragic situation. Eric dashes out before he gets killed himself. The blind goes out. Looks like it blinded on Jet. The smoke goes out to protect him. A little bit of protection here. Teo trying to find some space. King. Eric gets the trade. Eric gets a 4. Are we gonna see the Eric ace?
Ace. Let's go.
I want to see the ace. Gilly trying to watch his back here. Gets peeked by Disco Cookie and gets put down.
Disco,
Eric with the unfinished ace, unfortunately.
I just want to point out, right now, Eric and King have 22 kills between the both of them. And on the other side, Sparrow has 10. I'm just saying that these 3 right now are showing out their aim, and it is ridiculous right now what we're seeing. But again, Sparrow, you're doing everything that you can. You're trying to put this team on your back, but we're just, like I said, just inches away.
Oh, but the tail wall comes out. Seeing some good entry from the side of Neon. The wall goes up. Omen TP's over it. The Skyper gets out, gets King. Are we gonna see anything here? What's gonna happen when these two teams clash? Israel gets one, gets sit down by King. King gets the trade back. Cairo gets the trade on the King. Just trade after trade after trade after trade. A little bit of chip damage going through the smoke here. But now it looks like it's a 3v3 on the site here. But it looks like he might not have spotted him until he killed it. We're gonna see an Omenal potentially here. Maybe for a relocation. Oh, puts up for a little bit of intel. Really good. Omenal's back. Trying to take mid. Does he know? Does he know? Oh,
Doesn't know.
But what a situation. Oh, I know exactly where he is. Gets sit down by Eric. TP on top of the bottom. They saw his arm. Oh, but Eric gets the kill. Wow.
Eric, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric is absolutely showing out. The game sense, the aim, the crosshair placement of everything that Eric is doing for this team right now, it is showing the dominance right now. It is showing why they are an underproduced seed. And I would just want to say, what a play from Cryo. Like, to be able to TP behind them off the Omenal and still get one. Yes, Axie was low, but it was a great play. It was Omenal versus Omenal, and it was, I wanted it to work. I wanted it to work.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was a great idea. You know, execution was almost there. Like you said, inches away from securing these rounds, like every time, right? They're always in a 3v3, but they just can barely not secure it. Oh, and Snoopy gets caught with their knife out. Again with the util, could have ran her down here. A little bit scary.
Go, go, go.
They find the util. The blind comes out from Omen as Snoopy in a bit of a situation trying to hold this down. Gets stunned here, able to back out, not quite. Does a little bit of half, a little bit of chip on the Omen here. Omen is blind, but they have Sky Heal to hold it down. We now see.
I'm out of here.
Ooh, this situation is a little bit scary. They have to try and handle this pinch from Omen and Fade and Yoru coming in here. All these flashes, we can see if anything happens, the Omen smoke to kind of lurk a bit on site. Oh, but oh my goodness, King able to put down Say there as well. Cairo deals King right back, and then the round happened so fast I didn't even know what happened. Yeah. I mean, these situations, yeah.
It was just flash, 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 flash. But the Mafia finally get that round that they've been seeking for what seems like the last 5 rounds, and you know, after giving up 6 in a row, like, wow, yes, they finally got their one. And I think you can take this and you can kind of snowball off that success of this one round. You saw what happened, you know, you took out their top frag and Eric, and that's what kind of you need to do to win these rounds here right now.
Oh, but the flash comes out on the A main here. Try and take a little bit of space here. Oh, but King is able to get it. I just want to point out here, I know we've been talking a lot about Eric, but King is winning these ones. King is successfully able to hold down the site as a Sentinel should, filling this role perfectly, desperately, you know, that they need because of the attack power with the double initiator, the neon, the Omen blinds they keep throwing out from MF. King is always consistently able to get at least one every single time when they push his site, and he's making it happen. Again, why not 2, right? He's able to get the first one, why not peek it again? Get another one just for him, you know? Make it happen. Eric inserted into this corner here. Will Cryo check it out? Or will they just completely not go there in the first place? Yeah. And then will Eric get a little bit antsy and start maybe walking down, trying to get a flank, looking for some action here? King going up into heaven unspotted, but it might peek right into the crosshair. Gets spotted by the enemy team here. Is this something that happens? The Skyflash comes out, the TP from Omen here. Gilly kind of holding heaven to make sure it doesn't go down. The smoke goes up, and it's in the middle of sight. The plan comes down from
30
Cryo.
seconds left.
I've got your trail.
But it looks like Sparrow might be backing right into the arms of King if he's not careful here, but it is a 3v3. A little bit favoring the side of MF.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see how this happens. Looking like they're trying to push a Snoopy out of this corner here. Omen and Sky are a deadly duo when paired together here. Oh, but Eric finds one on the Sparrow. Wow, gets one onto a Snoopy. Oh, and Gilly gets one on the King. 1v2 for Eric. Eric is definitely able to handle these. Gets one. Is unable to find the second one. Gilly coming alive here to secure that round for MF. And this could be the start of something great, you know?
Yeah, definitely something to start. Like I was saying, we're talking about inches away from winning multiple rounds, and it looks like they've kind of found that success where they were down in numbers. There was at one point it was a 4v3. They played it patiently. They got there, they played together, they're able to take sight, kind of like force them to fight into them, but this time they win their gunfights, and now it's an 8-3.
Yeah, I mean, this is so fantastic. I want to point out the fact that PN really hasn't changed their defense the entire half. You know, rocking the fade jet on the A site and keeping B locking down by King, right? Neon trying to bait out the Vise wall, but it looks like it worked out just fine. Eric able to get a kill on the other side of the map on the cryo there. The mid fight happens here. Is Neon gonna get caught out? Oh, fool! Puts down Eric through the wall. I think that was aimed at Eric too. With the Visor, and Snoopy gets 3! And Snoopy gets 3. Just right before the Visor is able to take away her gun, is able to find the 3rd kill. Can a Snoopy get 4 with the classic here, sitting in this corner? Does Ace know? It looks like he just might. This could be a fire kill onto Snoopy. Has the gun right back. Oh, he was able to secure that kill. Oh, but the gets caught with his util and the Vise Ditto. It looks like King is able to win that.
Yeah, 9-3 half, and we all know what that means. We all know what 9-3 is. But again, something I wanna point out is Eric is 18-5-1, while King is 16-9-4. Between them two, my math might be wrong.
34.
I'm
34.
Yeah, again, that is more than almost the entire team of MF. Like,
they're doing so well.
They're a masterclass of aim tonight on this map on Corrode. But can they keep it up on this attacking side? That's something that we want to see, you know?
Sure.
And
something that was really important to think about here is the fact that, you know, King really showing expert play in the defensive side, able to hold it down. How exactly is that going to translate to offense? We see King kind of walking up with the duelist and the initiator, almost looking like he wants to play a little bit aggro here. Oh, they get spotted. The Visor blinds 3, able to find the pick on their main guy, Eric. How could they try and win the round and see if other players can try and step up and secure this round? The smoke is in a really interesting spot for sure. I mean, that could have been intentional, that could have been misintentional, trying to maybe play the play here, but Sparrow gets put down by Axe or Azzy there. Is this gonna work out? Oh, is this a spot? How are they gonna play this with the bomb down? How are they gonna pinch this out? Is anything gonna happen? They know there's at least one flank now, and it looks like they think it might be just be Neon. Are they gonna suspect 2? And will that matter? Right? The Omen smoke comes out onto Heaven here. Not blinding or not smoking off anybody. The pop flash out from Gilly. Blinds 1. King gets 1 from main. King gets 2 from main. And a Snoopy was down the last and able to secure that first pistol round. The 9-3 not looking like it could be the start of a 9-3 curse.
It does not look like the start of a 9-3 curse. It does look like the start of a 10-3 curse, though, as we go into this. All right, like, and something that I want to take note is right now, the economy of MF is not the greatest right now. You could try to force yourself into something. You are down by 7 rounds right now. So if I'm on that side, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, hey, can we force up? Can we do something? Because we need to do something. And Ace had a great idea, but it was just too many people on the site. Can't hold the site 1v4.
Too much going on, right? You can't do everything for your team, but it looks like Eric's gonna certainly try getting the first kill on the Say here. The ping gets broken, good util usage, but they knew there's gonna be someone in that smoke. Just an obvious play. As Snoopy, you know, very wise to their shenanigans here. Are they gonna be able to catch Sparrow in this corner here? Do they suspect him at all? Are they gonna catch Sparrow? Sparrow gets one with a classic right click, gets straight out by Eric. But these are not bad picks as far as, you know, I'm concerned, right? If you, the flank, not able to find it. Gilly unable to find that on the Disco Cookie, a really tragic whiff. I have gotta wonder though, I'm really wondering here, how will MF try and make modifications to their game plan going into a next map? Or even this map, right? How are they gonna try and modify it to make something happen?
Yeah, for sure. And something I do want to point out is you do have 2 timeouts, and neither team has used one, at least at all during this entire time. And if I'm on MMF, I have the economy right now. I want to talk about what